This video is about she was his mate, but his family wanted him to kill her. If this story captivates you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. The night air was thick with tension, the scent of pine mingling with the distant musk of the river. Lyra stood at the edge of the forest, her heart pounding like a war drum as she felt the pull of destiny tugging at her very soul. She pressed a hand to her chest, the promise of a bond she could not yet comprehend. It was the night of the blood moon, a night when the veil between worlds thinned, and secrets long buried were unearthed. She looked up, her silver hair shimmering in the moonlight, and whispered to the night, "Show me the truth." Suddenly, a rustle among the trees caught her attention. Out stepped Kalen, the alpha of the Silver Ridge pack, his presence commanding and fierce. His deep-set, stormy eyes found hers, igniting a blaze within her that she could neither explain nor ignore. "Lyra," he breathed, almost reverently. "You shouldn't be here." "Why? Am I not allowed in my own territory?" she shot back, defiance lacing her voice. She had always felt the weight of disapproval from the other pack members. Being an Omega came with its burdens, but her love for the pack, especially Kalen, was unwavering. "It is dangerous," he warned, stepping closer. The air crackled between them, electric and alive, as their fate hung in the balance. "The blood moon, it stirs ancient instincts." "Instinct," she echoed, her heart racing. "What instincts are we talking about?" Kalen hesitated, his expression torn. "There are whispers in the pack about a prophecy of an Omega destined to bring ruin or salvation. My family, they believe you are the one." Her stomach twisted at his words. "Ruin? Why would they think that of me?" "Because of what you mean to me," he said softly, taking another step closer. "I was meant to protect the pack, to uphold our legacy, but if you are my mate, my duty is to you." "Mate?" The word hung between them, heavy with implications. "Lyra, you have to understand," he murmured, a mix of desperation and longing in his voice. "If we are fated, it changes everything." An anguished spark erupted from the shadows, and they turned to see Kalen's younger brother, Darius, emerging. His eyes were fierce, filled with a mix of anger and something else, something that frightened Lyra. "You can't be serious, Kalen. She is a threat to our pack." "Darius, let us handle this," Kalen growled, his protective instincts flaring. "This isn't just about you. It is about the pack. You are an alpha, not a lovesick fool. We don't know what her presence could mean." Darius' voice trembled with suppressed rage. "Enough," Kalen roared. The forest trembled as his alpha power surged, forcing Darius to step back, but Lyra felt the whirlwind of emotions swelling around them: tension, fear, and an undeniable desire. "I can be a threat," Lyra interjected, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "I only want to help, you know me. Please, Kalen." Darius scoffed. "You think your desire to be part of this pack matters? You read just an Omega. You're nothing but a pawn in our family's game." "Darius!" Kalen snapped, fury flashing across his face. "Watch your words. Lyra deserves respect." "Respect? Is that what you call it?" Darius spat, taking a step forward, his fist clenched. "I call it betrayal. You want to chain yourself to her while our lineage hangs in the balance." "Enough." Kayla's voice boomed, but the betrayal in Darius's gaze lingered like a haunting specter. "We will settle this later. I want to let you harm her." As Darius retreated back into the shadows, Kalen turned to Lyra, his expression softening. "I am sorry. He doesn't understand." "No," she whispered, her heart aching. "But what about you? Do you understand? Can you accept that The tremble in her voice cut through him like a blade. "I want to accept it. I want to claim you as my own, but it is not that simple." Lyra stepped closer, her heart hammering. "Tell me you feel it too, this connection between us, it is real." "I feel it," he admitted, pain flickering in his eyes. "But my family's legacy is at stake. If they believe you are a threat, they will stop at nothing to eliminate you." "Then we'll fight them together," she said fiercely, determination igniting within her. "We can break this prophecy." Kalen's gaze flickered with hope and despair. "But what if this is my destiny? What if I am meant to protect the pack at all costs?" "Your destiny is yours to choose, Kalen. It doesn't have to be defined by them." He took her hands, his touch sending sparks flying through her veins. "And if it means losing you?" "He won't lose me." She leaned closer, her voice a whisper. "I love you too much to let you go." "Lyra, He hesitated, the weight of his family's expectations hanging over him. Before he could finish, a howl echoed through the night, chilling the air. It was a distant call, but filled with urgency, a warning. "They're coming," Kalen said, his eyes widening in fear. "Who?" Lyra asked, panic rising. "My family. They've decided. They want you gone." No, we can't let them. He grasped her shoulders, desperation flooding his tone. You have to leave now. I want to let them hurt you. I want to run, she insisted, defiance surging through her. This is my home. I deserve to fight for my place here, by your side. Lyra, please. The urgency in his voice struck her heart like a dagger. And if you stand by me, we can change everything. We can prove them wrong. He stared at her, torn between duty and desire, but she saw the flicker of hope in his stormy eyes. Together, he whispered, his voice barely above a breath. Always, she promised, the strength of her words echoing in the stillness around them. But as they stood, the shadows deepened and the bond of fate began to weave its intricate tapestry. Unbeknownst to them, destiny had its own plans, a journey fraught with betrayal, love, and a reckoning that would echo through the annals of time. The blood moon hung low in the sky, casting its ethereal glow over the forest, a silent witness to their choice, one that could change the course of their lives forever. Would love prevail against the forces that sought to tear them apart? Only time would reveal the truth of their bond and the trials that awaited them in the darkness of their world. The blood moon loomed overhead, its crimson hue bathing the forest in an eerie glow. Lyra stood resolute, her heart a tempest of emotions. Every instinct urged her to flee, to escape the dark grip of Kale and his family. Yet the thought of leaving him behind was unbearable. Lyra, please listen to me, Kaelan pleaded, his voice heavy with urgency. You have to go now. I can protect you if you remain here. And abandon you to your family, yes, wrath. She shot back, her voice fierce, refusing to back down. You are not just an alpha to me, you are my mate. His stormy eyes flickered with conflicting emotions. Mate or not, my family will not hesitate. I can risk you being her because of me. They can take me from you, Kaelan, she insisted, stepping closer, her hands trembling but resolute. We share a bond that transcends their hatred. I refuse to let them dictate our destiny. Lyra, he whispered, anguish lacing his tone. You don't understand the power they wield, my father. He is ruthless. If he thinks you are a threat, he'll find a way to eliminate you, with or without my consent. Then we'll face them together, she declared, her voice steady. We can prove them wrong. I am not their puppet. Kaelan's breath hitched, and he reached out, brushing a strand of silver hair behind her ear. You are so brave, he murmured, admiration flooding his gaze. But bravery can lead to ruin. I can let you sacrifice yourself for me. Love is a sacrifice, she replied, her voice low, fierce. What we have is worth fighting for. I always believed I belonged to this pack, to you. And I to you, he breathed, his resolve wavering. But I must act first, if they find you here. A sudden howl shattered the night, a call echoing ominously through the trees. Galen's expression hardened, a mixture of dread and anger flashing across his features. They're here, he growled, his body tensing, prepared to protect her at all costs. Then we stand together, she said fiercely, clenching her jaw, the fire of determination igniting in her chest. Kaelan's eyes met hers, and in that moment clarity washed over him. No matter what happens, I will keep you safe, he promised, the weight of his words heavy with unspoken emotions. A rustle from the underbrush heralded the arrival of his family. Figures emerged, silhouetted against the moonlight draped in shadows, eyes glinting with malice. Kaelan stepped forward, positioning himself protectively in front of Lyra. Stay behind me, he commanded, his voice low, a growl rumbling in his throat. Kaelan. Darius stepped forward, his face a mask of fury and betrayal. You are making a grave mistake. You are choosing her over your own blood. Enough. Kaelan snapped, the air crackling with tension. I want to let you harm her. She is not your enemy. Is that what you think? Darius eat, his fist clenched. You are blinded by your desire. She is a danger to our pack, and you know it. She is my mate. Kaelan roared, the alpha power within him surging. If you dare lay a finger on her, you'll have to answer to me. The silence that followed was palpable, thick with disbelief and tension. Lyra felt her heart race, fear clawing at her throat. You don't have to do this, Kaelan, she whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. We can find another way. But his gaze remained locked on Darius, determination etched in every line of his face. I will not abandon you, Lyra, not now, not ever. Your loyalty is misplaced, Darius retorted, his voice cold and hard. You are jeopardizing our legacy. Do you even understand what is at stake? More than you know, Kaelan replied, his voice firm. I refuse to sacrifice my mate for a prophecy I don't believe in. Darius' expression darkened, a glimmer of a sinister plan flickering in his eyes. Then you leave me no choice, brother. Kaelan stepped forward, ready to confront his brother. You will not touch her. Though, but I want tea, Darius sneered, eyes gleaming with malice. But perhaps you will reconsider your choices when your precious Lyra is gone. Lyra's heart dropped as she realized what was unfolding. No, don't you dare, she cried, stepping forward, her instinct screaming to protect the bond they shared. Kaelin turned to her, desperation flooding his eyes. Lyra, stay back. But the moment hung heavy in the air, charged with an impending storm. Darius lunged, and without thinking, Lyra pushed Kaelin aside. The impact sent her sprawling to the ground, gasping as pain radiated through her. Lyra! Kaelin roared, rushing to her side, panic etched across his face. Darius stepped back, shock giving way to uncertainty. What have you done? He hissed, eyes narrowing in disbelief. I protected the one I love, she gasped, struggling to rise. You will not take him from me. Foolish Omega. Darius spat, but Kaelin's growl silenced him. Leave her alone. Kaelin surged forward, his alpha essence radiating, the forest trembling in response. If you want a fight, you'll have to go through me. The air crackled with power as the Silver Ridge Pack members advanced, their allegiance to Darius evident. A palpable tension enveloped them, the air thick with anticipation, fear, and anger. Enough, a voice thundered from behind, and Kaelin's father, Alpha Thorn, emerged from the shadows, his presence casting a suffocating shadow over the scene. This is not the way. Father, Kaelin began, but Thorn silenced him with a glare. Darius speaks truth, son. This bond you've formed, it could lead to your downfall. His voice dripped with authority, each word a heavy blow. Lyra glared at him. I will not be your scapegoat. I deserve a place in this pack. I am not a threat. Your very existence threatens our legacy. Thorn countered, his gaze piercing through her. You walk a dangerous path, Omega. This bond will be your undoing. Kaelin's resolve hardened. You wrong. He strode closer to his father, his voice low and fierce. Lyra is not the enemy. If anything, she is our salvation, and I will protect her at all costs. Your foolishness blinds you, Kaelin. You must make a choice, your pack or your love, Thorn warned, his voice slow and menacing. You cannot have both. The weight of his words crashed into them, and Lyra felt the world tilt. She reached for Kaelin's hand, intertwining their fingers. I will choose you every time, she vowed, her voice steady amidst the chaos. Kaelin looked at her, and in that moment, everything faded, the threat, the pack, the prophecy. You are my mate, he whispered, the weight of destiny binding them together. In the eyes of the moon, we are fated, she replied softly, her heart soaring even as the shadows of despair loomed large. The night fell silent, the tension thick enough to cut. Thorn's gaze softened for just a moment, a fleeting glimpse of understanding. Could he feel the bond they shared, the love that eclipsed all hatred? We will settle this later, Thorn finally said, his voice echoing through the night. But know this, I will not tolerate weakness. You must prove that your love is stronger than prophecy. Lyra felt a flicker of hope igniting within her. We will prove it, she vowed, her heart racing. Kaelin turned to her, fierce determination in his gaze. Together, he affirmed, his grip tightening around her hand. As Thorn and Darius retreated into the shadows, the forest seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. But the weight of uncertainty remained. Lyra, Kaelin said, his voice low and filled with longing. We have so much to face. I am ready, she replied, her heart steady. Whatever comes, I'll stand by your side. The blood moon hung high in the sky, a celestial witness to their love, their choices, and the trials that awaited them. Together, they would forge their path against the odds. As the shadows of fate closed in, their hearts intertwined, a bond forged in love and defiance, distant to echo throughout time. Would they conquer the darkness, or would the prophecy tear them apart? Only time would reveal the truth, and Lyra was prepared to fight for their love until her last breath. With the blood moon casting its eerie glow, the forest seemed alive, pulsating with the energy of fate as Kaelin and Lyra stood entwined in each other's grasp. The weight of impending conflict loomed overhead, yet their hearts beat together, defiance rising within them. Do you think they'll return? Lyra asked, her voice barely above a whisper, eyes scanning the shadows, searching for danger. They will, Kaelin replied, his tone resolute yet laced with uncertainty. But we'll be ready, we reach stronger together, and I'll do whatever it takes to protect you. Lyra could see the flicker of determination in his stormy eyes, but beneath it lay a tighter fear that tugged at her heart. You don't have to bear this alone, Kaelin. I am not some fragile flower. I can fight for us. He stepped closer, cupping her face gently. You are my strength, Lyra, but if my family comes for you, I can't let them hurt you. I do never forgive myself. Her breath hitched at the depth of his words. The thought of losing him sent a chill down her spine. You wouldn't lose me. We have the moon's blessing. We predestined to be. A shadow flitted across his face as she knew the weight of his family's expectations pressed heavily on him. Destiny can be cruel, he murmured, letting his fingers brush against her cheek. What if they rewrite? What if your power brings ruin? Then we'll face it together, she insisted, her voice firm. Love is a force stronger than any prophecy. We must believe in each other. Kaelan's eyes softened, and a flicker of hope ignited within him. I want to believe that, I do. He leaned closer, his brow brushing against hers, their breaths mingling in the cool night air. But uncertainty gnaws at my soul. She could feel the warmth radiating from him, and instinctively she pulled him closer, capturing his lips in a fierce kiss. The world around them faded, and for a moment the chaos ceased to exist. In that embrace, they found solace, their hearts weaving tighter against the impending storm. A distant howl shattered the stillness, sending a shiver through them both. Kaelan pulled back, urgency igniting in his gaze. They're coming back sooner than I thought. Lyra's heart raced, and she gripped his hands tightly. Then let us prepare. We want to let them tear us apart. As they moved deeper into the forest, searching for a secluded spot that offered both shelter and a vantage point, Lyra's heart pounded in tandem with her thoughts. What if we went to the Elder? He might help us, she suggested, recalling the wise old wolf who had guided many through their trials. Kaelan hesitated, frustration flashing in his eyes. The Elder is bound to the pack, Lyra. He'll never go against my family. They hold too much sway. But he believes in destiny, she argued, desperation creeping into her voice. He might see the truth in our bond, the love that transcends this prophecy. Kaelan shook his head, anger and helplessness flashing across his features. He don't know my father. He is powerful, Lyra. The Elder wouldn't dare oppose him. We need to find another way. Lyra bit her lip, the realization of their isolation sinking in. Then what do we do? Just wait for them to strike? His expression softened as he reached for her hand. We stand our ground, prepare for the worst, and hope our love can shield us against the darkness. With resolve, they pressed on, Lyra's heart filled with a fierce determination. They settled in a small clearing surrounded by towering trees, the moonlight filtering through the leaves, creating a serene yet charged atmosphere. Let us gather what we need, Kaelan said, scanning the area. If we have to fight, we must be ready. Lyra nodded, her instincts kicking in. She had always been resourceful, learning the ways of the pack, understanding the forest whispers. Together they foraged for herbs, chopped stones, and branches, anything that could serve as a weapon. As they worked side by side, their hands brushing against each other, an unspoken bond deepened. You're amazing, you know that? Kaelan said, breaking the silence. Your strength is unmatched. Lyra smiled, warmth blossoming in her chest. I learned from the best. He taught me that I am more than just an omega. I am a part of this pack, a part of you. His eyes held hers, an intense deep that sent shivers down her spine. You are not just an omega, you are my mate, my equal, and I won't to let anyone separate us. Suddenly, the rustling of leaves interrupted their moment, and they froze, heartbeats quickening. Darius stepped into the clearing, flanked by other members of the Silver Ridge pack. Kaelan, he sneered, voice dripping with disdain. Hiding in the shadows now, are we? How pathetic. Kaelan stepped in front of Lyra, body tense, ready to protect her. You shouldn't be here, Darius, I warn you. Oh, but I had to see this for myself, Darius laughed, a cold, mirthless sound. You've become a joke, brother, choosing her over your own blood. Do you truly believe she is worth the legacy we've built? The cold bite of his words pierced Lyra's heart, but she stood tall beside Kaelan. I deserve a chance to prove myself, she shouted, voice resolute. You don't know me or what I am capable of. Darius stepped closer, fixing her with a scornful glare. You think you can convince us of your worth. You read nothing but a pawn in Kaelan's foolish game of love. Kaelan growled, the alpha within him surging. Leave, Darius. This is between us, not her. Oh, but it involves her, Darius countered, eyes gleaming with malice. If you want to end this, I will. I will protect our legacy, even if it means getting my hands dirty. Darius, don't he? Kaelan shouted, his voice filled with urgency and fear. But before he could react, Darius lunged toward Lyra, malevolence radiating from him. Time slowed as Kaelan's instincts kicked in. He pushed Lyra aside just as Darius reached them, and their bodies collided. The impact sent Kaelan sprawling to the ground, and Lyra gasped, dread flooding her veins. Kaelan, she cried, rushing to his side. Darius staggered back, but quickly regained his footing, fury igniting in his eyes. You will never win, the pack will never accept you. Lyra, you are a threat, and I will rid us of you. That? Kaelin roared, pushing himself up, fury and determination fueling him. You'll have to kill me first. Perhaps I will, Darius sneered, eyes narrowing as he readied himself for another attack. Lyra's heart raced, instinct compelling her to intervene. Darius, listen to me, this isn't the way. Stay out of this, he spat, his voice harsh. No, she cried, stepping forward, a fire igniting within her. This isn't just about your legacy, it is about love and choosing the path we create, not the one dictated by fear. In that moment, a flicker of hesitation crossed Darius's features, but it was quickly replaced by rage. You don't belong here, he shouted, lunging again. But Kaelin intercepted him, their bodies colliding with a force that shook the very ground. The air crackled with tension, each growl reverberating through the night, a primal dance of power and defiance. Stop this madness, Lyra shouted, desperation lacing her tone. Can't you see what you read doing? You read tearing us apart. Kaelin and Darius grapple, the struggle a woe and a fire and fury, but in the chaos, Lyra's heart surged with determination. She wouldn't let either of them fall victim to this hatred. Taking a deep breath, she stepped forward, summoning every ounce of courage within her. Enough, she shouted, her voice ringing through the clearing, laden with a power she didn't know she possessed. The forest fell silent, and in that instant, something shifted. Both Kaelin and Darius paused, their eyes landing on her, confusion and disbelief mingling in their gazes. Lyra? Kaelin breathed, the fight leaving him for a moment. I refuse to let this bond lead to destruction, she declared, her heart pounding. We are stronger than this, we can redefine what it means to be a pack. Darius hesitated, the anger in his eyes flickering, replaced by something soft, a whisper of understanding. You think you can change us? I know we can, she replied, her voice steady. But only if you both choose to see the truth. Love can break the chains of fear, it can create a new legacy. Kaelin stared at her, admiration flooding his expression. Yuri, incredible. But Darius remained cautious, a wall. The moon hung high, casting a silvery glow over the clearing where Lyra stood, her heart racing with a mixture of fear and determination. The air was thick with unspoken thoughts, emotions swirling like a tempest around them. Kaelin and Darius remained locked in a standoff, tension coiling like a spring ready to snap. Lyra, Kaelin's voice broke through the silence, raw and filled with a mix of admiration and desperation. What you were suggesting is dangerous. Staying silent while your family conspires against us is more dangerous. Kaelin, she shot back, her voice rising with urgency. The bond we share is stronger than their hatred. We can let this prophecy dictate our lives. Darius scoffed, his expression darkening. You think your little speech will change anything? You were just an omega, Lyra. You were out of your depth. But Lyra's resolve didn't waver. I may be an omega, but I have a strength you fail to see, Darius. I love your brother, and our connection is not a weakness, it is our greatest power. Kaelin felt the surge of pride course through him. You don't understand, Darius, he said, his tone firm but laced with urgency. Lyra is everything to me. We can let fear tear us apart. Love, is that what you call this foolishness? Darius spat, his voice dripping with disdain. Love won't protect you from reality. You were risking our legacy for a fairy tale. Lyra stepped closer to Kaelin, their fingers intertwining a silent promise that echoed between them. Maybe our legacy needs to change. Perhaps love is the key to transforming what we've always known. Enough. Darius roared, a tempest of fear flashing in his eyes. Yuri Navi, if you believe love can conquer all, my loyalty lies with our bloodline, and I will do whatever it takes to protect it. Kaelin's grip tightened around Lyra's hand, anger boiling within him. You don't have to protect anything by hurting her. We have the power to rewrite our fate. In that moment of charged silence, the forest seemed to hold its breath, the shadows deepening as the tension built. For a heartbeat, it felt as though time itself hung in the balance, their fates intertwining in a precarious dance. Darius, Kaelin said, voice steady but filled with emotion. Yuri, my brother, and I love you, but I will not let you harm my mate, Yuri, blinded by fear. Fear? Is that what you think this is? Darius' expression hardened, revealing the vulnerability underneath the anger. I've sacrificed so much for this pack. I can let you throw it all away for her. Sacrifice it. Kaelin echoed, voice thick with emotion. You think I am sacrificing anything? I am choosing love over fear. I am choosing Lyra. Lyra felt the weight of their words, the palpable connection between them igniting a fire in her soul. We can be strong together, Darius. I refuse to be the scapegoat for your insecurities. Our love can strengthen the pack, not destroy it. But Darius remained unmoved. rage flickering in his eyes. You think it is that simple? You re a threat, Lyra. I want to let you bring ruin upon us. Darius, Kaelin said softly, stepping toward his brother, vulnerability etched across his features. I don't want to fight you. I want us to be a family, to embrace the love that binds us rather than the fear that tears us apart. Family? Darius' voice trembled, a whirlwind of emotions crashing against his resolve. You think she can never truly be one of us? She is just an Omega. An Omega who has proven more strength and valor than you ever have. Kaelin shot back, his voice rising. You are so afraid of losing your power that you can see what true strength is. Lyra's heart raced as she watched the tension between the brothers simmer. Deep down, she could sense Darius' turmoil. He was struggling with the weight of expectations, family loyalty battling against the bond they shared. Lyra, Darius said, a hesitant tremor in his voice. What makes you so special? Why does he choose you over his own blood? Because I believe in him, she replied, her voice steady, unwavering. I see the man. He can be one who leads with love instead of fear. I will fight for him, for us, no matter what it takes. Such bravado for an Omega, Darius scoffed, but the bite in his tone lacked conviction. A flicker of doubt crossed his features, and for a brief moment Lyra saw a glimpse of vulnerability beneath the layers of anger and pride. Kaelin stepped closer to him, the energy between them palpable. You don't have to fight, Darius. There is a way forward that doesn't involve destruction. We can redefine our legacy together. You a fool, Kaelin, Darius said, voice cracking. You risking everything for a dream. And what if that dream is worth fighting for? Kaelin challenged, unwavering in his conviction. What if it is the very thing that will save us all? Silence hung heavily in the air, and Lyra felt the weight of their shared history press against her heart. In that moment, she understood that the bond between brothers was a powerful force tempered by love yet marred by fear. Lyra, Darius said softly, and she felt the tremble in his voice. If you truly believe in this in him, you must understand the dangers that lie ahead. I want to let you become a casualty. I don't want to be a casualty, Darius, she replied, her voice steady yet filled with emotion. I want to be a part of this pack, a part of your family. I want to bring us closer together, not tear us apart. Darius' expression shifted, uncertainty washing over him. You are asking for a lot from someone who feels threatened by your existence. I am asking for a chance, she implored, meeting his gaze with sincerity. A chance to prove that love can conquer the darkness that threatens us. For a heartbeat, Darius hesitated, the struggle within him evident. And what if you fail? What if your love brings us ruin? Then I'll accept the consequences, she said, her voice unwavering. But I refuse to live in fear. I choose to fight for our love and the future we can create. Kaelin stepped forward, his eyes locked onto his brother, a fierce determination igniting their bond. Please, Darius, don't let fear dictate your choices. We can rewrite our story together. The forest held its breath for a moment longer, and then Darius' shoulders slumped, the tension easing just enough for hope to break through the cracks. What if we tried your way? Then we'll face whatever comes next together, Kaelin vowed, a glimmer of hope igniting in his stormy gaze. Lyra is my mate, and together we can forge a new path. Darius looked between them, pain and uncertainty mingling in his eyes. You are risking everything, Kaelin. You are risking us. I know, Kaelin replied softly, stepping closer to Lyra, their fingers intertwining. But love is worth the risk. It is worth fighting for. Lyra felt the warmth of Kaelin's hand enveloping hers, and in that moment she understood the depths of their bond. Together, we can redefine our legacy. Together, we can face whatever destiny throws our way. With those words, Lyra felt the connection shifting, the air charged with newfound possibilities. The bond between the brothers began to mend, the love they shared stretching across a chasm of fear. I'll support you, Kaelin, Darius said finally, voice heavy but filled with a flicker of acceptance. But know this, I will protect our pack even from you. And I will protect Lyra, Kaelin affirmed, fierce determination igniting in his eyes. Together, we will break the cycle of fear. As the moon continued its watchful gaze, the three of them stood together, hearts intertwined, but the shadows of the past lingered still. The echoes of their choices resonated in the night, a promise that love was a force worth fighting for, a force that could indeed rewrite their fate forever. In that moment, Lyra felt the pulse of the blood moon, its energy surging through her veins, weaving their destinies into a tapestry of hope. Would love truly conquer all? Only time would tell, but as they stood united, she believed with every fiber of her being that together, they could face any challenge, overcome any betrayal, and emerge stronger than before. The path ahead was fraught with uncertainty, but they would forge it together, bold, unyielding, and filled with love. And as the stars twinkled above, Lyra whispered a silent vow to the moonlit sky: she would fight for this love, no matter the cost.